Good evening, everyone. Today, I want to talk about something that changes lives. Not money, not power, but influence. The ability to inspire, to innovate, and to overcome challenges. The world remembers those who dare to dream and take action despite failures, doubts, and obstacles. Every successful person has faced failure, often more times than they can count. The difference between those who make an impact and those who fade away is not luck, not intelligence, and not even talent. It is the ability to see failure as a stepping stone, not a dead end. Think about it. Every great entrepreneur, leader, or innovator has been rejected, doubted, and even ridiculed at some point. They have faced moments where everything seemed impossible, but instead of giving up, they embraced failure as a lesson. They treated each setback as an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to come back stronger. Failure is not a signal to stop. It is a sign that you are trying something bold. It is proof that you are stepping out of your comfort zone. The real failure is never trying at all. The people who change the world are not the ones who never fail. They are the ones who refuse to let failure define them. When you fall, you have two choices: stay down or get up. The ones who get up again and again are the ones who eventually succeed. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of the journey. Every rejection, every mistake, every wrong turn brings you closer to the right one. It builds resilience, wisdom, and strength. The next time you face failure, don't ask, why me? Instead, ask, what can I learn from this? Because the moment you start seeing failure as the beginning, not the end, is the moment you unlock the potential for greatness. Many people believe that success comes from having the right resources, money, connections, or advanced technology. But history has shown that resources alone do not create greatness. It is vision that drives the most influential personalities forward. The world's greatest leaders and innovators did not start with an abundance of resources. They started with an idea, a dream, and an unshakable belief in what was possible. When you have vision, you see beyond current limitations. You don't focus on what you lack, you focus on what you can create. Some of the most successful companies and movements in history were started in garages, tiny apartments, or even without any financial backing. Their founders had nothing except a clear vision of what they wanted to achieve. They refused to let their lack of money, support, or perfect conditions stop them. Instead, they used what little they had, took small steps, and inspired others to believe in their ideas. Resources can be given or taken away, but vision is internal. It is the force that keeps people going when the odds are against them. It attracts the right people, the right opportunities, and eventually the right resources. The world does not invest in people who just need money. It invests in people who have a strong vision, a plan, and the determination to see it through. People who rely only on resources will always feel limited. They will always find excuses for why they can't start, why they can't grow, or why they can't succeed. But those who have vision will always find a way forward. They will innovate, adapt, and create something out of nothing. If you have a strong enough vision, the resources will follow. But if you have all the resources and no vision, success will never come. So instead of asking, do I have enough money or support, ask yourself, do I have a vision strong enough to overcome obstacles? Because in the end, it is not resources that build great things. It is the ability to see what is possible before anyone else does. The world is constantly changing. Technology is evolving, industries are shifting, and the way people live, work, and communicate is transforming faster than ever. In this fast-moving world, one thing is certain: if you do not adapt, you will be left behind. The most influential people, businesses, and leaders are not necessarily the strongest or the smartest. They are the ones who embrace change and adjust to new realities before others do. Look at history. Many companies that once dominated industries disappeared simply because they refused to adapt. They were too comfortable with their success, too afraid to change, or too slow to recognize that the world around them was moving forward. On the other hand, the greatest innovators and game changers saw change as an opportunity. Instead of resisting new technology, they embraced it. Instead of complaining about problems, they found solutions. Instead of holding on to old ways, they reinvented themselves. Adapting is not just about survival, it is about growth. Those who are willing to learn, unlearn, and relearn will always stay ahead. Many people fail, not because they lack talent or potential, but because they refuse to step out of their comfort zones. They stick to what they know even when the world demands something new. They reject new ideas because they fear failure, but those who succeed understand that change is not the enemy, it is the path to success. Think about the way business is done today. The rise of digital platforms, artificial intelligence, automation, and remote work has completely reshaped industries. Those who ignored these changes are struggling, while those who embraced them early are thriving. The same applies to individuals. People who continuously learn new skills, explore new opportunities, and stay open to new ways of thinking will always have an advantage. Adaptable means being flexible, curious, and willing to take risks. It means understanding that what worked yesterday may not work tomorrow, and that's okay. The key is to keep moving, keep learning, and keep evolving. The world will not wait for anyone, so the choice is simple: adapt or be left behind. Success is often misunderstood. Many believe it comes from working hard for themselves, chasing money, power, or personal achievements. But the truth is, the most successful people, businesses, and leaders in history did not start by thinking, how can I get rich? They started by asking, how can I help others? Serving others is the foundation of true success. If you look at the biggest companies in the world, the most influential leaders, or the most admired figures, they all have one thing in common. They created something that solved a problem, improved lives, or made the world better in some way. They focused on giving value before taking profit. Think about it. The most successful businesses do not just sell products, they solve problems. They make life easier, faster, healthier, or more enjoyable for people. The most respected leaders do not seek power for themselves. They serve their communities, their employees, or their customers. The greatest inventors did not create just for personal fame. They created to change lives. Many people fail because they chase success the wrong way. They focus on money first, and when they don't see quick results, they give up. But those who truly make an impact understand that money and recognition are byproducts of service. If you serve people well, success will naturally follow. Serving others does not mean you have to be a charity or work for free. It means shifting your focus from what can I get to what can I give. It means building something that people truly need, something that makes a difference. When you genuinely help others, they will trust you, support you, and help you grow. Some of the most successful entrepreneurs started by offering free services, solving small problems, or sharing knowledge before they made their first dollar. They built trust, built relationships, and built something valuable. And because they focused on helping others, their businesses and reputations grew beyond anything they imagined. This principle applies to every area of life, whether you are starting a business, leading a team, or simply trying to grow in your career. The fastest way to success is to focus on how you can add value to others. Help your customers, support your colleagues, uplift your community, because when you serve others, you build something far greater than personal wealth. You build trust, loyalty, and impact, and when you have those, success will always follow. The people who change the world are not the ones who settle. They are the ones who keep pushing forward, keep questioning, and keep striving for more. They never believe they have made it. They stay hungry for new opportunities, new knowledge, and new ways to improve themselves and the world around them. They stay foolish enough to believe that impossible things can be achieved. Being hungry means never being satisfied with the status quo. It means refusing to become complacent even after achieving success. Many people, once they reach a certain level of comfort, stop growing. They stop learning, stop taking risks, and stop pushing themselves beyond their limits. That is why so many businesses fail, why so many talented individuals fade away, because they lose the hunger that once drove them. But those who continue to hunger for knowledge, for improvement, and for new challenges will always find new doors opening for them. Being foolish means daring to think differently. The greatest minds in history, the inventors, the entrepreneurs, the visionaries, were all called foolish at some point. People laughed at their ideas, doubted their dreams, and told them their goals were unrealistic. But they ignored the critics. They stayed foolish enough to believe in their vision when no one else did. And because of that, they achieved things others thought were impossible. Most people fear making mistakes. They fear looking foolish in front of others. But those who embrace their curiosity and are not afraid to ask questions, experiment, and fail are the ones who ultimately succeed. They understand that failure is just part of the journey. They take risks, make bold decisions, and explore new ideas even when others don't understand them. They remain open-minded, always looking for what's next, always ready to adapt. Life is full of opportunities, but only for those who are hungry enough to chase them and foolish enough to believe they can seize them. The moment you think you know everything, you stop growing. The moment you stop questioning, you stop innovating. The moment you stop dreaming, you stop achieving. So no matter how successful you become, stay hungry, keep learning, keep striving, and keep pushing beyond your limits. Stay foolish. Dare to think differently. Take risks and believe in the impossible. Because in the end, it is the hungry and the foolish who change the world. The stories of influential people are not fairy tales. They are lessons for all of us. You want to start a business, change an industry, or make the world a better place, remember, everything starts with a dream and a decision to never quit. Now the question is, what's your story going to be? Thank you.